So in this video I'm going to show you what you can do as an admin. So I will go to the admin panel by clicking the link in the footer here, but you can also access it from this menu here. And the first tab that you see is some options about your delete experiments or anonymous visitors to see your database items. This is the top link, so it can be editing here on the after the search button. So here maybe you can put a link to some wiki or some other resource that your lab uses. This part is to enforce the permissions. So this way, if you select yes here, you make sure that everyone in your team will have this particular read permission and this particular write permission. Then this is the groups. So in your teams you can have subgroups of users. So let's create a subgroup. So I will just call it subgroup. And in this group I will add myself, which I think is Nico, and another user which is not even in my team, called Tata Diki. And now that I have this group on my experiments, what I can do is that I can here manage permissions, and I will put the visibility of this experiment to the subgroup and also the subgroup for writing. And so now all the people in this subgroup will see these experiments but not the others. So this will be only these two users that I have put in the subgroup here. Next is the users tab. So this is to edit some users in your team. I think here I only have like one user in this demo team, but basically you can change the group, so the permissions of this particular user, or if they have an active account, you can reset the user password or change something. You can also archive the user. So this is useful for someone that left the lab, where you don't want them to be able to log in anymore, but you still want, of course, to get access to what they did in the lab. So the experiments will be locked and the user will not be able to log in anymore. So you can see you can just click search without filter here to just list all the users in the team. Next you have the status. So you might have seen that the experiments have 4 default status, but you can totally add a new one. So let's add one which is called plan. Let's put it in a yellowish color. Okay, and so now I have this plan status, and I want it to be maybe just before running. No, yeah, before running. And maybe you can put the fail here, so you see you can reorder the status, you can change the colors. And now my experiment, I can go here and change the status to planned, and you can see it changes the color. Note that you can also change the status from this menu here if you select the experiments from the show mode. So, but let's go back to the admin panel. This video is about the admin panel. So I showed you the status. You can change completely the status that the experiments have, and there is this option to allow timestamp. So you might want to allow timestamp on status that are like kind of finished, and you can only have one default status, which is the status in which the experiment will be when you create a new experiment. The next tab is the types of items. So this is related to the database. So here in my database, as you can see, I have some plasmid, antibodies, macroscope, and equipment. And in my admin panel, this is where I decide what I have in my database. Again, you can change here the order under which it appears. So for each type of item, I have a template, which is what will show up when I create a new item of this type. And as you can see, for the antibodies, I have like some working concentration for Western blot or immunofluorescence. For the plasmid, I added like concentration, backbone, and resistance. And that's it. Yeah. After, you can just add whatever you want and add whatever template you need to make sure that all the information is filled. The next tab is the experiments template, and this is the default template for experiments from people in the team. Just when they click experiment, when they click create an experiment, this is what appears here. If they are not using a template, this is the command template, and you can have whatever you want here. The next tab is the import tab. So from this tab, what you can do is import your data that was maybe stored in an Excel spreadsheet or some other kind of database. And you say, okay, so this is all my plasmids, so I will select all the plasmids. You can have different delimiters, and then you select your CSV file, and you will get all your plasmids imported in the database. And the zip file import is to import files that were exported with eLab. The last tab is the tag manager. So let's say I'm making an experiment, and you see here I have this tag called demo tag, and I will create a new experiment, but I will put a typo in my tag, and I will call it demox, but the real tag is demo. And now if I click demox, of course I will not see the demo tag, which is not what we want. So as an admin, what I can do is from the tag manager, I can see here that I have the demox tag, but this is a typo, so I will click on it, remove the X, and next I click deduplicate, and so what it will do is that it will change all the experiments with the tag with the typo to the one without a typo. And now when I click the demo tag, I see my 2 experiments. So that's it for the admin panel. Stay tuned for more.